Welcome back to Made in SA. Today we look at everything you need to start an urban farm.
My neighbor, he has a very huge farm, like it's a poultry farm. I get to love chickens from there.
For farming-wise poultry, you have to be very, very much dedicated. You must keep track of literally everything. You must have an eye to detail, be very specific. It's a very scientific job.
This is how we roll on MISA. We celebrate young people of excellence and give them a kickstart on the road to making their dream a reality.
My name is Kambe again. I'm age 23. I'm living at Alexandria. I'm doing my fourth year last year at BA Humanities at the University of Johannesburg. What is best about Alexandria is that Alexandria has a lot of problems. So within problems, you find opportunities. If you notice one problem, then you get to solve it. Then you have made an opportunity for yourself and opportunity for other people. I'm very much driven, motivated, and courageous. I'm encouraging even to people I live with. The most important person in my life is my son. From the day I knew that his mother was pregnant, my life changed. And another person that's most important to my life is his mother. She's always been there for me. She's my 100% potential backup. Being a father, being a husband, being a student, and being an entrepreneur, it's quite challenging to balance everything.
Ashley again is my younger brother. Emwana is very quiet, is very ambitious, he always have plans. He is a very good listener. Looking for advice, giving him advice, he does take your advice.
Growing up in Limpopo did influence my love for farming because my neighbor, he has a very huge farm, like it's a poultry farm. So I get to love chickens from there. And my mom, she's one person, she eats them a lot. She doesn't prefer the ones that are frozen.
Again, started this business of selling chickens while studying. So I was concerned because running a business, it requires a lot of time.
During the week, I have to be focused on school. I come back around 4 or 5, then that's the time I get to spend with my family. Weekend, I'm on poultry. I knock off at 5, I come back and I spend time with my family. So mostly from 6, I'm with my family. That's my family time.
My name is Donald Masingita Shwam. I've been friends with Again for the past 6 years actually.
My name is Charlotte Kensani Matenjwa. I'm Again's girlfriend.
He's a good person. He's amazing. I mean, what I love and adore about him the most, the fact that he's supportive.
What I love about him, that guy, when we say we have to plan something, we have to put more effort. It's not that guy, that friend, I can put more effort alone, maybe young.
What makes me happy? Progress, you see, in everything that I do. When things get tough and I try to find solutions, I do not allow myself to be stressed too much by challenges. My dream is to one day build a very big corporation dealing with poultry, supplying all poultry demands.
His dream of becoming an urban poultry farmer, he can achieve it if he works hard on it.
Our biggest challenge, I would say, based on our poultry business, it's environment. You can see Alexandria, there's no space. You said we have nowhere to grow our chickens.
I am Zala's business partner actually. I have a full trust, I have a full hope actually one day we will grow.
What I think about Again's dream of becoming an urban poultry farmer. At first it started as a joke. I mean, mabai brainstorm yena no events. I mean, bokungazathi bayadlala labantu laba athi nasifuna ukuthengisa inkukhu. But now seeing how far they've come, I think ngiyabona ukuthi lento le like izoba nomphumela okahle.
And la kuba encourage ka this thing yakore. Okay. Ideng le ngasungula yona, we must go for it and we will actually we will win because like namina ntaben rikona as your business partner ntakwata kukusupporta at the other hand.
If I were to describe a game in 2 words, I'd say he is a god given.
Hello Zala.
Zala.
Go for your dreams, son.
I was Tiga. Ungabi na mhaka ku ri vanhu va ri wa nuwa tihuku ni xavisa tihuku ta wena ta vaxava.
Actually la nga na mali la ku nuwa kona.
Kambe knows that working with live animals is not just about the money. It's about following humane practices and allowing for healthy, happy chickens. As a young father and entrepreneur, Kambe is hungry to learn more about how he can start rearing his own chickens for the urban market. Time to meet his coach.
My name is Thabo Ramapala, Director of Fine Living Chicks. What we do poultry and herbs. For farming-wise poultry, you have to be very, very much dedicated. You must keep track of literally everything. You must have an eye to detail, be very specific. It's a very scientific job. The biggest misconception of the industry is that people think is easy money. You just think, it's a matter of just putting the chicks in the chicken house and 6 weeks later you're rich. It's not. It's too many challenges and you need to really be focused. The most important point to remember as an entrepreneur, love what you do and hard work, keep on top of your finances.
I'm actually nervous about today, and I'm expecting to learn a lot about growing chickens and how to grow them from day 1 to 14 weeks and up to when we are able to sell them. I'm very much excited about spending time with my coach. Seems like it's going to be a very joyful day filled with a lot of activities and stuff to do. Yeah. One way I motivate myself, I have this phrase I always say that everything seems easier from a distance.
Hi.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, and you? My name is Kambe again Tombeni. I'm a poultry farmer all the way from Alexandria.
Okay, nice to meet you, Kambe. I'm going to take you around the farm, introduce you to a few things before we go anywhere so that, there's biosecurities and all other things.
Oh, sure.
So let's talk up this, so I'll introduce you to something. I'm going to set him a task as for biosecurity. That's one of the tasks, which is most importantly. It's got 3 components to it, You have to be very good when it comes to feed, ventilations, the systems of the chickens. See, like on this farm, we basically two commodities. Fine Living Chicks basically got 2014.
Yes.
We diversified into herbs. At the minute, we've got about 18, including my brothers. There's 21 employees on the farm.
Oh. So currently I'm selling chickens on a mobile cage at Alexandria. So we sometimes move around the location selling them.
And how long you been doing it?
We just started like last year, September, 1st September, it was our date where we came back.
But you've not been to any chicken farm today, or you've not get in contact with chickens, right? We've got 12,000, we do 12,000 per cycle. But I try and split it into 3,000s to 2,000s.
So they can be manageable.
Yeah, so they can be manageable, which comes to your challenge.
Yes.
I'm gonna set you a challenge on biosecurity and record keeping, so that because it's very vital for poultry.
Yes.
So are you ready for a challenge for today?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
I believe there's still a lot that I do not know about poultry farming and farming as a whole. So that's where I've based my thoughts. Like today, it's the day where I'm going to learn a lot.
This is a restricted area. Only staff or authorized personnel is allowed to go beyond this point. Okay. So there needs to be signs, there needs to be disinfected. Even if it's staff, they need to disinfect. That's most importantly for biosecurity reasons. You know, cross-contamination. You could be from another farm, you could be from another farm. Whatever disease is got on there, it's gonna go affect the chickens. That's the business out. So I'm gonna pass you the clipboard.
Okay.
Got a few signs on there to just notify everyone that comes onto the farm about biosecurity. Okay. I'm gonna let you do it, stick them anywhere you want. There's like 5 liters of water in there, so that's disinfected. You mix it first, and then half a cup. It's like 50 millimeters, half a cup of 50 millimeters, 25 ml into that 10 liters should be fine. So I'm gonna let you do it now. Just half.
So I can wash my hands there?
Feel free. Before we go over that side, you know.
Oh, dip in our shoes.
It's a must.
Something I never knew when you enter a chicken house you have to dip your food. There are chemicals that are used to wash your hands to prevent them from catching diseases and stuff like that. Yeah. So I can say that I'm really much impressed.
First thing when you get in, normally this is what I do. I check the vicinity of the thing. I would first go to the water tank, check whether there's no leakages or anything before I go into the chicken house. You've got a leakage to it.
Oh, yeah.
The water that's coming from the main pipe that we've got here to go to feed into the chicken tank. It's not supplying enough water or so, but there's a good leakage of water there. So we need to get someone to check it out. You make a note of that, and then we'll get someone on the maintenance side to come and have a good look. The next thing we do, we walk in, and this is going to be the second part of your challenge.
The simple step of adhering to biosecurity ensures that the chickens are well looked after. The practice of battery chickens are likely slowly phased out as we move towards humane practices. Thabo and Kambe is of a new breed of farmer. Kambe dreams of rearing happy and healthy chickens for the urban market. From small beginnings, great things can happen, as our MISA coach knows all too well. Kambe now learns about record keeping and how to ensure that the mortality rate is kept to a minimum. Will his love for animals and the love he has for them shine through? Time to find out.
Now, Kumbi, second part of your challenge is literally in here. Got chicks in here. What I'm looking from you is for you to check the quality of the temperature, the quality of the feed, the quality of the ground. You look at the spacing, especially with the feed. They have to look happy. There's no crowding. Now let's go in. Let me show you around. And again, we still stress the biosecurity. If you're carrying anything that's leftovers,
it has to be left over at the door.
At the door. Chicken, it takes 42 days. The first days when they come in, when you've prepped the chicken house, the reason why we've demarcated it in half is to retain the heat. On the first day, it has to be 32 degrees or 31 degrees, you know, and then you reduce it every 2 days by one degree. Yeah, thank you. So before we move in there, I'm just gonna show you 3 different types. These ones, because I'm growing for the live market, I grow it on a 3-phase. But you've got commercial farmers who are doing it for contract growing. They do it on a 5-phase. So this is a 3-phase. There's normally a pre-strata and then there's post-finisher. But this one is a starter. You'll feel it. The crumbs are very
soft.
18 days to 21 days, you move them to grower, where the crumble becomes a little bit much more, much more bigger, you know. And then towards the later age of growing them, about 28 days, I think, we get them to go to the finisher.
If it turns out to be something I don't like, I believe it's not everything that I won't like about it. There will be aspects where grab some knowledge. Experience is the best teacher.
Now that we're done with the feed, Kambe, we're going to move on to the technical side of it. The first thing critical is the temperature. As we come in here, it's very hot. If we look at the temperature meter, it's about 36 degrees, which is very wrong. It has to be about 29, 28 degrees. If you go outside for me and open the curtain, reduce them, and you see, probably when we get out of here, we'll get the temperature right. We spoke a little bit about his business. He needs to focus more on growth, getting the numbers in. I think he's doing now 20 chickens on a weekly basis. I've set him a challenge to say, look, we can sit down and structure something whereby we try and bump that up to about 100, you know. It's not a game of profit margins in terms of your profit. You need to get the numbers high, you know. The numbers, stack it high and sell it cheap. That's what I'm trying to get him to. His pricing, it's a little bit, we have to look at that. Once you get the temperature right, once the ventilation starts going, they become a lot more happier. You can hear the sound now. It's actually, they're actually happier. Yeah. If we quickly do the other side, and then we go in and finish off the task. But once you get these three components right, once you get your air ventilation right, the quality of feed and water, and you get the quality of the flooring right, I'm going to show you, and then we're going to smell the floor, but there's still very few. Normally, if you leave the floor to get water and all, no ventilation, it creates something called amino acids, and it's not very good for the chicken.
Okay. I think I have one side of it. It makes them have those
It gives them black spots, but the worst one, it gives them what do you call lung infections, and that's very bad because you'll find that it's given them, they've had the lung infections from a very early stage, and then you start losing them after 25 days. Then you've invested the money on feed, you've invested the money on your stuff, you've invested all the time in growing them, and then you start losing chickens. Then you're not making any money whatsoever. Okay, now we're gonna go in there, but I'm gonna give you this. What you normally first do after checking the basic being your temperature and adjusting that, you need to fill this in. You have to literally walk around, see if there are any mortalities, if there are any dead ones, any ones which are discomfort or broken legs or anything of that. You note them down, mortalities. Feed, you note the number of bags you've used today, and then are they administered any stress pack, any antibiotics or anything of that nature. They're not due for anything today. So I'm gonna let you, this is you now, I'm not part of this. So you're gonna walk around from corner to corner, and it's always advisable for you to check if the water's coming out. You know, you check if there's enough water in there. It has to be room temperature. You know, if it's too hot, that means the tank outside needs to be replenished.
I thought poultry farming is fast money, fast cash. You see, you buy chickens, you sell, you get money. So then I got to see those were just expectations, and things are not actually that way. What you put in is what you get out. And there are a lot of things that are involved within. So I got to learn some of the aspects and most of them on what is needed to grow chickens from day one up to where they are ready to eat and sell.
Also, we have one mortality in here.
Okay, no, that's fine. You naturally are gonna find mortalities around, especially for the first 14 days, right? But you wanna look out, you wanna examine it and see if there was anything wrong with it. You know, like
whether it was broken legs.
Whether it was broken legs. This one looked to me like it choked on feed.
Humane practices in urban poultry farming ensures that the mortality rate is kept to a minimum. Since on our coach's farm, the poultry are well taken care of and have their needs met. Space, ventilation, light, and protection from the elements. The mortality rate is very low.
Just make note of all the things that are there. Your temperature, we're not going to take weight. The mortality, you found why. One other thing I'd mention, you see these black, it's litter basically. It's not meant to be in here. So you make note of all these things. The guy that's responsible for this house, he has to make sure, all these things are not in here. A first impression of Kambe, very interesting young man. I'm very proud of him for starting, because the key is to start. But he was very committed to his challenges and he wanted to learn every step of the way. So now this is our cold room. In most cases we keep stock, but we literally just keep it once a day and it's out. Simply because we pride ourselves on fresh chicken. You cannot have an abattoir on the facility. What we do, we take it to a registered abattoir. It's a legal requirement that the abattoir is registered and they follow abattoir regulations.
So this challenge really helped me in a way to grow Zala's poultry supply, you see, because we also have a dream to grow and get to grow our own chickens and have our own feeds, you see. So here I got to learn that we're growing chickens from day 1 to up to 28, 29, 30 weeks.
Us ourselves, we're not allowed to slaughter chickens and supply. So what we did, I left a few samples here for you to kind of see. We've got your chicken livers. Yeah. So you can pack them according to you. Once you take it to an abattoir of your desired. Normally I do it because of the quality of the wrap or price. So if you take it to them, you can say, look, chicken livers, you want them separated. Some people, for example, they want their, like we've got here, you've got your necks and your gizzards in the same. So that's one thing you can use as your marketing tool within, to be different from your competitors.
Oh, you said the packaging is done at the abattoir, even the stickering, they do it for
No, the stickering, I can get you with someone who does that very cheap. Minimize as much of your cost as you can do. You make it, because you have to factor anything that you're going to put into your product, factor the price in so that it does not chow into your profit margins. Well, when he first started the challenge, he was a little bit shy, which I expected from him. He seemed quite interested in what we're doing.
My day was very much exciting. Like there was a lot of things to learn, a lot of knowledge being given to me, and a lot of activities that were there to teach me how to handle things throughout poultry industry.
Thanks for the visit.
No, thank you too much, Mr. Tibos. I learned a lot from you, and thank you for your warm welcome and allowing me to be within your premises and get to explore it as much as possible.
Kambe, the thing that you're going to have to focus on now, it's keeping at your craft. Don't give up at any chance. If you've got any challenges, you've got my number now. Try and phone me. But what I want you to do is grow your numbers. Let's sit down and draw a strategy and draw your numbers and look at your profit margins and see how we can bring in. And let's not think outside the community now. Let's try and feed, put chickens on all the tables in Alexandria. So best wishes, and let's meet at the top.